In a dark, quiet forest, there was an old cottage that looked like it hadn't seen visitors in ages. Somehow, it ended up on Airbnb, promising a different kind of vacation away from the busy city life. Alice, who loved trying out new and exciting things, found this mysterious cottage online. The pictures showed the cottage in the moonlight, surrounded by tall trees. It looked like a place to have an unforgettable adventure. Ignoring some strange reviews, she booked a weekend stay. When Alice got there, the air felt heavy and the forest was super quiet. The cottage looked even older up close, covered in vines and looking like it was from a long time ago. Inside, things felt kind of damp and the lights flickered. As Alice unpacked, she felt a chill and thought maybe it was just an old house thing. But the weird feeling of being watched wouldn't go away. At night, the cottage got even spookier. Strange noises like whispers and footsteps filled the air. Alice tried to convince herself it was just animals outside, but it didn't help. The next day, Alice explored the forest, hoping to shake off the weird feeling. But the trees felt like they were closing in, and everything got quiet except for her footsteps. Back at the cottage, things got stranger. Objects moved by themselves, and the temperature went up and down. Alice was getting scared, but she thought it was just her imagination playing tricks. On the last night, a big storm hit. The cottage felt even scarier, with shadows moving around. In the flickering candlelight, Alice saw ghostly figures. The whispers got louder, like a bunch of unhappy spirits. Terrified, Alice tried to call for help, but her phone had no signal. Alone and scared, she found an old journal that told a creepy story about a family driven crazy by something in the cottage. As the night went on, the truth came out. The cottage trapped the spirits of the family, and it fed off the fear of its guests. The shadows closed in, and the air felt heavy with a strange energy. Realizing she wasn't alone, Alice ran into the storm. The forest seemed alive, with trees looking twisted and strange. The old cottage disappeared behind her as she ran, chased by something she couldn't see. Days later, people found Alice, looking confused and scared at the edge of the forest. The cottage was gone, and the Airbnb listing disappeared. The spooky story of the haunted woods spread, warning people about the old cottage that kept luring in unsuspecting guests. And so, the spooky cottage, hiding the horrors inside, continued to attract people looking for a getaway that turned out to be more than they bargained for. It was a chilly Sunday on December 7th, 1958, and the Martin family, with their 1954 cream and red Ford station wagon, set off on a fun adventure. Their plan? To collect greenery from the woods near the Columbia River Gorge for decorating their home for Christmas. Sounds like a jolly plan, right? Well, wait and listen to see what happened in the end of the story. After about 3 hours of driving, they stopped at a gas station in Cascade Locks, about 40 miles from their home. Hungry and excited, they decided to grab a bite at the Paradise Snack Bar in Hood River, which was another 20 miles away. The waitress at the snack bar said everything seemed normal when they left around 5 p.m. But here's the strange part. Ken Martin, the dad, was not a fan of driving in the dark due to his eyesight. So, leaving the restaurant at 5 p.m. raised some eyebrows. Fast forward to December 9th, and Ken's boss reported him missing because he didn't show up to work. When the police checked the Martin home at around 11 p.m. that night, they found everything frozen in time. Dishes in the sink, clothes waiting in the washing machine, and even a Santa Claus outfit laid out on a bed. It seemed like the Martins were planning to come back home soon, but they never did. The whole town got involved, and the police from 5 different agencies started searching. They confirmed the family was seen at the gas station and the restaurant, but after that, they vanished into thin air. Then they stumbled upon an abandoned white Chevy near Cascade Locks, reported stolen from Los Angeles. This got them looking for two ex-convicts, Roy Light and Lester Price, who were at the same restaurant as the Martins. Suspicious, right? But they couldn't find enough proof to question them. Days turned into weeks, and weird calls kept coming in from people claiming they saw the Martins in different places. Some even said they saw the family under a bridge talking to two men, but nobody could confirm anything. The police found tire tracks and paint chips near a cliff above the river, suggesting the Martins' car might have gone off the road. Still, they didn't check it because they thought it was too dangerous. Time passed, and it was May 2nd, 1959, when a fisherman and his wife saw something strange floating near the Bonneville Dam. It turned out to be the bodies of Susan and Virginia Martin, aged 11 and 13. The official cause of death was drowning, but some folks thought they saw bullet wounds. The mystery deepened. Now, here's where it gets even more puzzling. There was one surviving Martin family member, Donald. He didn't help in the search for his family, and people suspected him because he had a strained relationship with them. Also, there was this strange discovery of a gun under a rock near Cascade Locks, linked to Donald and covered in blood. But oddly, the police didn't do much with it, and Donald was never officially accused. So there you have it, a bizarre tale of the Martins, a family disappearing into thin air, leaving behind questions that lingered in the air like the scent of pine from the woodlands they visited.